Hi there. Here is an excerpt from my book, Elvis, Man and God. You may enjoy it. Some of my chapters lead off with imagined everyday situations of Elvis's life, which are based on what really happened. This piece plays off in the second half of 1954. Elvis is traveling with Scotty Moore and Bill Black to towns in the region in his father's old Dodge, with Bill's bass guitar strapped to the roof. He is 19 years old. In his nightmare, the dust, smoke, and cinders were swirling thick and hot around him. He knew he was on the road somewhere in Tupelo, and the town was burning. He was alone and much younger. Mama and Daddy were gone. He couldn't figure out which way to go to find home, even whether it still existed. He just stood there, bewildered and frightened. He could see figures running in the dark. The smoke choked his nostrils and sparks were flying. He had to find a way out, but he was too frightened to move. A figure ran towards him, but it wasn't anybody who wanted to save him. This was something threatening and evil. With a jolt he woke up, heart rattling. Another one of those that left him sweating in the cold. He peered through the dark. He was in a room somewhere, not his own. Then he saw Bill's bass guitar leaning over a chair, and there was Scotty's guitar on the table. It all flooded back with a whoop up his stomach. His first record was out and doing fantastically. He was in Scotty's house. They had jammed till late trying for suitable new songs. They were due to play the Louisiana Hayride, but needed more material. 2 songs just weren't enough anymore. Elvis leaned over and found his new guitar lying right below him. He brushed his long, slim fingers over the guitar strings a few times. He hadn't rested long or well enough, but now the adrenaline was pumping. He had to get up. Wild-haired and in nothing but shorts, he walked over to the fridge in the kitchen and opened it. Nothing much that he felt like. He just needed to wet his parched throat. He took a swig from the milk bottle, unaware that Bobby, Scotty's wife, heard what he was doing from their bedroom across the passage. She disapproved. Who did the impudent kid think he was? But with a slight smile she let him be. They all felt protective of him. He was doing them good after all. Elvis felt the cold, but he liked the feeling. He wished it was time to go already. The jitters were building up. Unconsciously, he started biting his nails. There was nothing left to bite. They had already been bitten to the quick. He looked around the room, walked from window to window, then a devilish grin crossed his face. He walked back to his guitar, picked it up and began to strum loudly. He would make them wake up. Any kid having parents with no money, who had moved without furniture to a single-room apartment in a new town, would probably have to share a bed with his parents.